clean that up. So welcome everyone. Thanks for being here to the live stream. Already 2 likes, love it. And back to the Jurassic Park set, just about finished. We'll see if this will be completed tonight. So happy Monday. Welcome to the BrickTherapy23 channel. And we are building and finishing up actually set 76956, the Jurassic Park T-Rex Breakout, 1,212 pieces. So this is an interesting set. Well, the build itself looks very good. Very, just a lot of variety, I guess is the word. I'm trying to think of how to describe it. A lot of variety, some fun builds. You get the T-Rex, of course, a little bit, can be somewhat posable. And then you get the beginning of the build is the Jurassic Park Jeep, or the Ford Explorer. I keep on saying Bronco, but I think Ford Explorer. And just a great iconic design from the movie itself, right? This is from the original movie, the first series that came out, I think 1992, 93 when this movie came out. And then the minifigures, you get 4 minifigures. They're all built up before you get to the last part of the build, which is like bag 8 and 9. And everything looks very cool. The two of my favorites in terms of the characters from the movie. And I know someone had clarified why, but I was saying they should have included the other minifigure for the actor here. So here's Sam Neill and his wife, the other professor and paleontologist, played by Laura Dern, I think is the actress. And of course you get the Jeff Goldblum character and the 2 kids in the movie. Lots of memorable moments in this set. And one of the coolest parts, you could say, like, okay, it's just a platform and a very cool display, buildable display piece for the set. Hey, Alexandria, and build the rest. Great to see you guys here, plus a couple others in the background. Thanks for being here. And as we get warmed up in this set, building this set, the platform, obviously this is taken from, well, if you've seen the first movie, kind of taken from where the Jeeps get turned over and the T-Rex kind of breaks through the electrical security barrier. But what I really like, as you're layering the platform, I was thinking, okay, there's going to be some cool designs that are just kind of something that you see when you build up a Ninjago City set, for example. You get all these layered pieces and then water to kind of reflect the pools. But look at that. You build some dinosaur footprints. So the T-Rex itself, I don't know if it's exactly matchable, but you get the T-Rex footprints here. And how fun is that? So as it breaks through the barrier, you can see it kind of leaves these footprints in the mud, and then water puddle gathers inside. How fun. Like, just a very creative element, which you don't necessarily see because, when you display the set, it's gonna be more like this way. But I guess you can kind of see that part here. So this is gonna display the 2 Jeeps and the T-Rex. The whole thing is gonna be here. And of course you can put the minifigures on the front, and then eventually, you get the full effect here where the dinosaur breaks through the wall. So just a fun element to the build. And I might show that off a few more times as we build through this set and just engage with all of you. So if you're new to the live stream, you're new to this chat, I'm building up this Jurassic Park set 76956, actually finishing it up, and some really cool builds so far, which I just showed. And if you like Lego, you like talking about Lego, you just are interested in building in general, you have that hobby as well, that collectible, that collector's nostalgic vibe. Trying to think of another way to say it, but you just like collecting Lego, join in the chat, say hello. And we've got Build the Rest here, we've got Alexandria and Brendan checking in. Very cool to see all you guys. A few more stickers left on the sticker sheet. So there is the second Jeep, the one that's overturned here in the picture, where the kids barely escaped from. So that's pretty much what's left. I do have some more of the plant element pieces to put in there. So let me put the box down so I don't knock it down, and let's continue. So welcome to the Brick Therapy channel. Let's get building. We got Brick Together here. And now we got Brandon and we got Alexander. We got Brickable World, Build the Rest. Love it. Good seeing you guys. Hello to everyone. So again, I also wanted to point out, yes, this platform is cool. You get the T-Rex footprints. How fun is that, right? You get the T-Rex footprints, and then I believe you get the crater left by the Jeep that will rest upside down in this. So this is the last part, or second to last part of the build. The Jeep is the second Jeep that gets totally overturned, gets built last. And a few more tropical plant pieces to put in. I wonder, does the T-Rex footprints, can they match up with what's going on here? So he breaks through the center of the wall and kind of, I guess he goes, I'll have to figure this out. It kind of goes this way. So it gets kind of, maneuvered there a little bit. I'll have to figure that out. But they don't have it in the picture display as him walking that way. It's kind of more of a sign of, uh-oh, the T-Rex is lurking somewhere in here in the background. Whoops. So don't hold your display piece by the minifigure. The clutch power is not that strong. All right, let me get to the rest of bag 8 and some more of the plant piece sections to connect. So I hope you guys are having a good Monday, a good start to your week, or maybe you're already into Tuesday, depending on what time zone you're in. But this has been a fun build, and it's been kind of cool because I've been going in between 2 sets, this and a Lord of the Rings set. So this is kind of the weekday version of what's going on here. Tavaya's here. Good to see you, Tavaya. Alexandria, thanks for greeting everyone. Brick Together says, everyone, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Yes, sir. Thank you, Brick Together. Brick Together, I saw that you guys were almost finished with that Lumi Brick set. And again, missed the live stream and checked out just the recorded version. But very fun, very cool nonetheless. You guys are tempting me more and more to get a Lumi Brick set. I really like, I don't know if you guys have seen it, there is the, or of course you probably have seen it, the drive-in movie set. That one looks really cool. And I like the movie screen. It has like I think it's just a big printed piece, but it has a big picture of a character on the screen, which basically looks like a minifig character's face on the drive-in movie screen. And the added fun part about that set is that, you know, those things don't necessarily get or exist anymore. I don't think there's drive-in movie theaters that are around that much anymore. You would think they'd be pretty, or maybe they'll experience a resurgence. But yeah, drive-in movies, I remember going to 1 or 2 of those as a kid, and you get the speaker and you attach it to your driver's window or the windows to the side of the car and just hang out in your car and watch a movie. It's kind of fun. And yeah, those, for whatever reason, because it's like a giant IMAX type of screen when you think about the having to have a bunch of cars as your audience and where they sit. But yeah, that was fun back in the day. So anyway, that would be a fun set to build up. Brick Together says, oh yeah, we finished the theater and are about to do the Western Freight Train. Okay, so it's becoming a Lumi Bricks theme. I like it. Build the Rest says, on one of your past live streams, I said I would stream soon. Just wanted to let you all know, if all goes well, it will be Thursday. Build the Rest. Take in the jump into the live stream world. You will have fun doing it. You will have fun. So Thursday, you got to post Build the Rest your schedule, or put it in the chat when you figure out, or in the comments, you figure out what time, or in the community. You can do all 3 of those things. What time you're actually gonna do the live stream. So that'll be this Thursday. Build the Rest, going for a live stream. Love it. Have fun. Yes, exactly. Animation on Show is back. Psh, welcome, Animation. Brickable World says, I've got one 45 minutes away from me. Oh, for a drive-in. It's really nice. So they are still used. The drive-in in our area, I remember we went past it like a week ago. My son had a soccer game near one of the local drive-in movie theaters, and I don't know, maybe they still use it. The screens are still there, but it was just a giant, they used the space for like a giant flea market or swap meet. So at least during the day it's used, the grounds. I don't know about the theater. It'd be kind of fun to go to one of those again. Experience as a kid. I guess the sound quality would be different. You probably don't need the speakers anymore. Now I'm thinking about it. You could probably just tune in to the movie on a short wave radio connection or like a local broadcast connection, and just utilize that technology, or through your phone or whatever, some kind of Bluetooth connection. But yeah, I think those things would be probably kind of become popular again. I guess the hard part with those is, like anything, the behavior of the crowd, because movie theaters, it's a little bit more controllable the way the crowd is, and then in those drive-in theaters, who knows, man? Just the overall conductability, the overall behavior of people these days can be a little more questionable, unfortunately. So, but you know, never doubt. Maybe people are cool. We'll see. But yeah, it'd be fun either way. Oh, okay. Brickable World says, yeah, you can tune in to your car to the station to hear the movie audio through your car speakers. It's really cool. Brick Together says, we had a drive-in movie theater here until about 5 years ago. It started on fire and they never rebuilt it. They didn't have the speakers anymore. You would just tune your car radio to their specific station, and that's how you would listen to the movie. Gotta go, says Build the Rest. All right, Build the Rest. Psh, thanks for being here, man. Yeah, so those drive-in theaters definitely, I don't know, probably hit their heyday or their peak maybe in like the early 80s, I want to say. I remember, if you are in my generation, there was a movie called Grease that came out with John Travolta, like a musical type movie. I just remember seeing that in the drive-in, which, funny enough, in the actual movie, I think they go to a drive-in, so it's kind of a double effect of that. But that Lumi brick set looks really cool. And the only thing, I did the math on it though. That was the other interesting thing. I did the math on it. I think Amazon was selling it and they supposedly discounted it. So it was like $109 or something. About 1,800 pieces, I want to say. And then Amazon said they discounted. I don't know, like it was just kind of an arbitrary discount down to $89. I was like, oh, that sounds cool. But if I did the math right, the price to piece count or ratio was still fairly high. I think it was like 20 cents per piece. So I don't know if the Lumi bricks was a better deal than if it was a Lego set. Lego hasn't designed a set like that, I don't think. But that was kind of an eye-opener. So I like the set. I love the fact there's no stickers, that's for sure. And that it's unique to Lumi bricks, like it's their own design. It's not like a Lego knockoff design, which is fun. And yeah, all the printed pieces. It even has its own style of minifigures. But the price to piece count, which I don't normally pay attention to, because it can definitely vary between themes and sets for Lego, whether it's a Star Wars set or Ninjago or something like that. But yeah, that was like somewhat questionable. Like, why is this 20 cents per piece? I thought this was a better deal, a better option, an alternative to Lego brick building. So that was one thing that kind of made me go, wait a second, scratch record moment. Oops. Brick Together said, Brickable World says, I think you pinned the wrong comment. That's fun. Well, Brick Together gets a pinned comment saying hello to him. Thank you, Brick Together, or Brick World. Let me fix that. Somebody, I think it was Brick Together, said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me do that again. That's hilarious. Oh, there it is. Everyone, please. It's so funny. Like the screen adjusts like one little click, and there we go. Thank you guys. Now it's sorted, I think. So yeah, drive-in movie theaters though, very fun. I think you pinned the wrong, yeah, so fix that Brick World. Grease is great. Grease 2 was all right. Yeah, Grease 2, I think I saw that one too. Maybe like on TV, you know, when they put movies on TV a lot later. Brick Together says, I think I saw Days of Thunder for the first time in a drive-in movie theater. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to think. I honestly don't think I've gone to a movie theater since I was a little kid, and it was definitely that movie. And oh, another good one we saw at the drive-in was War Games. I don't know if you guys have heard of that movie. That movie was sweet. That's kind of an interesting movie to watch now because it's based on what would happen if, kind of like how we're all wondering about AI, but I'm pretty sure that movie shows like what if nuclear war simulation was actually taken over by the computers themselves. And yeah, it shows the whole thing getting out of control. So a simulation for World War III. It was definitely a Cold War movie, kind of like that other one. What was that other one called? Oh my gosh, there's another cool Cold War movie that came out with Patrick Swayze. It had like all these actors from when they're in their prime, and now sadly some of them aren't around anymore. But yeah, oh my gosh, what was that one? They were like a bunch of high schoolers, and then the Russians invade the U.S., but it's actually they used some of the Cuban military to paratroop into their small town, and then they have to like basically fight for their own town and independence and all that. Oh my gosh, and some cool Cold War movies back then. So yeah, Brick Together says we had a drive-in movie theater. Oh yeah, that one I read. So yeah, they had a drive. You guys have been to those, so that's kind of fun. So I don't know, that was just a fun looking set. American Graffiti, that's another one, Alexandria. Yes, Days of Thunder, American Graffiti. Brickable World says Robert Duvall was really great in that. American Graffiti is great, Alexander. Oh, was he in that movie? I don't remember that. American Graffiti too. Wasn't that George Lucas? Wasn't that like one of his first movies that he directed, which then opened the door for him to actually do Star Wars, which totally unrelated, of course, but I think one of the Star Wars, was Harrison Ford in that? Somebody was casted in that. Brennan says, let's get back to Lego. I just got the Lego set 10326. It has 4,000 pieces. Brennan, let's see, what is that set? That's a good size set, man. What set is that? That sounds, is that a new 2026 set? Oh, you got the, is it the Natural History Museum? Did I read that right? Did I read the right set number? I think so. Nice, Brennan. Psh! Have you started the build? That is one I have. I just received myself after a long back order. Breakable World says, anybody seen The Color of Money with Paul Newman? Yes, no, I haven't seen that one, but Paul Newman's another classic actor. Alexander says, got the wrong movie. Oh, is it not American Graffiti? Tavia Johnson says, I have a new stop motion video. Tavia's doing some awesome projects as well. Disassembled my treehouse set so I can build something else. Oh, that was a good size, in the thousands of piece range, that treehouse set. I don't know if for that one, I guess you could. I don't know I was thinking, I don't know for that one exactly if you can modify that one very much, but maybe so. That one, and that one, you could do a variety, right? You could do a variety of builds with that one. You could do a more of a spring kind of design, or change the leaves, you know, like these things, and more like orange and brown, like yellow make it a fall color. So that one had 2 separate seasons that you could build with. And that one got, I think people liked the set the way it looked. I don't know if the build experience was the most fun. I think it became kind of tedious, but I don't know, Tavaya. You can speak to that if it was a fun build or not. Since you disassembled it, maybe you got a pretty good insight into that one, since you've basically done the build and, whoops, and took it apart, reorganized it probably. But yeah, that set, that treehouse set was out for a long time too. That thing, I think it just recently retired. I want to say that thing was out for at least 5 years or something. All right, so speaking of treehouse builds, putting up all the back foliage to this Jurassic Park build and making everything sort of look tropical, I guess. But now I'm like, where all this fit? I'm gonna kind of, I don't know if I'm matching up exactly what the plant builds are supposed to look like. But yeah, this, I like, you know what? This is turning out to be kind of a unique build in itself, with the way this display is all set up. And again, I love the footprints pattern that you build of the T-Rex's feet in the mud. And then, yeah, the foliage in the background. Just gonna be a really cool display in its own right. How it fits into your overall look for a, I don't know, a Lego city might be another question. But in terms of, I think I skipped a plant. Oh yeah, I did. In terms of like just the build experience and the way it looks on its own is pretty sweet. So Tavai with a stop motion. Brick Together says, I can't remember, was American Graffiti directed by George Lucas or Ron Howard? Oh, okay. I know George Lucas did something like that movie though. It was definitely something set in the 1950s, kind of a nostalgia movie about growing up in a small town. And I know George Lucas did something like that where, okay, yeah, it is. Oh, okay, I was right about that. Yeah, so it was American Graffiti. So I don't know which one Alexander said was the wrong movie. Brick Together says, I thought so. Yeah, it was George Lucas, because that opened up his door to getting into being able to basically propose the Star Wars project. I remember because I watched, there was a documentary on it. It was kind of fun to watch, or it was fun to watch. Breakable World says Francis Ford Coppola, who did The Godfather, also produced American Graffiti. That makes sense. You get a big name director like that. Ron Howard was in the movie. Yes. Red Dawn. Psh! Thank you, Brick Together. That was the one. Red Dawn with those good Cold War movies like War Games, Red Dawn. Oh my gosh, the entire 80s, Rocky 4, all these movies that had the old East versus West. Patrick Swayze, yeah, he was great. I know they redid that movie later on with the guy who played Thor, whatever his name is. I can't think of his, he's a good actor though. But yeah, no, the 80s version, just stick with that one. Breakable World says, no, Robert Duvall was in Days of Thunder. Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, I don't remember seeing him in American Graffiti. Harrison Ford was in American Graffiti, and that's the path for him to get casted to be Han Solo. See? I was right. Liam says, hello, groovy people. Welcome, Liam. Very good to see you. Tavaya says, I'm now building a Spinjitzu temple. Tavaya, a solid Ninjago fan. Love it. Liam says, finished a 9-hour shift, cleaned the house for an hour, and just sat down. What a day. Liam, grab a cup of tea, looks like you did, and hang out and join us in the chat. Let's talk Lego. Actually, we're talking classic 80s movies too. We've brought up American Graffiti, War Games, Red Dawn, and I don't know what got me onto that. Oh, because I said the Lumi brick set that really caught my eye was the drive-in theater build. The build looks amazing. But then I looked at the price and I'm like, if I'm doing the math right, why is this set like 20 cents per piece? That sounds too much. Even though it's probably, if it was a Lego set, it'd probably be in the $100 some odd range. It was like 1,700 pieces or so. So maybe I gotta do the math again. Maybe I'm off on the math. But I was thinking, oh, okay, that might be worth getting and trying out a Lumi Bricks build. I want to do a Lumi Bricks build that is, you know, good size. And some of the modulars look okay. Those might be fun to add to your, I don't know, your modular or your Lego City collection if you are kind of doing that as a Lego collector. But then the prices didn't seem much better than Lego, at least for that one. So I'll have to look again. All right, all the foliage is there. Very cool. And the best part though is that there were no sticker pieces. It's all printed, and then I guess you get a light set to go with it, which the name Lumi Bricks. So I'll have to look at that again. Maybe, although it did have like a redeem coupon on it. If you have Amazon Prime, it looked like there was another 10% discount. So I'll have to check that out. Maybe there's more to it than I didn't notice initially. All right, here are the broken wires. Not so interesting, but it does. You can hear the coil like as the dinosaur breaks through this high security voltage wire, which didn't phase him at all. Or maybe the Velociraptor. I can't remember who broke through this gate, but the T-Rex. You know, you think, you know, if they had as smart as people as they did, you know, creating these dinosaurs for Jurassic Park, they might want to do a trial run and not just create a whole dinosaur colony with all the dinosaurs at once and then, you know, see what happens to Jurassic Park. But it was a cool story. It makes for a very interesting story. And I should read the book because I think the book's probably even more interesting than the movies were. So yeah, Liam says, oh, he's going for the I won't say it because it's not necessarily a kid thing, but yeah, cheers to you, Liam, on your beverage. Brandon says, I got 2 tedious steps on my Lego set. Which one, Brendan? Are you doing the Natural History Museum? I'm losing track of what's what, but I think you said you got the Natural History Museum. That's the build I want to get to eventually here. Let's see, is it Oga Z5Q? Psh, welcome. Thanks for being here. Liam says, is it stickers, Brendan? Oh, maybe it's that. We can call it teal, says Liam. Yeah, so stickers is definitely can be a drawback. I do like the stickers that come with certain sets. Like when we did the Lord of the Rings sets over the summer, the stickers, yes, I don't know, not the most fun, I guess, to put on, but the stickers were so fun the designs on the stickers look so cool, especially because they told the story of the sword that killed Sauron with, or not killed, but turned him into, I guess, weakened him, and then the ring was taken. But yeah, some of those stickers are really cool. You know, they do look cool. It's kind of a bummer though that they are stickers because I don't know. I feel like stickers aren't going to last on Lego sets. I do have, like on my yellow Lego castle, the stickers I put on there are from the 1980s, and they're still there. The designs are still there. They're kind of faded though, so it doesn't look as great. But you know, it's Lego, so you kind of decide if you want to do stickers or not. So here we go. As you go through the instruction booklet, just to go back on this Jurassic Park set, you get like every few pages, you get a reminder from the movie of what happened in the story. So this is the kid, the boy, what was his name, Tim or Timmy, making sure he climbs on that fence when the electric shock current is not going through, because the high voltage, he would be fried to a crisp if he stayed on there. And then now I'm getting to the last part of the build here, bag 9. Let's see if there's one more clue. So then, yeah, now I'm putting on, I guess, the warning sign, the high voltage warning sign, or maybe it's a security camera. Yeah, so every few pages you get like a scene from the movie that shows you what part of the build you're doing here. And get to put on 2 of these high voltage warning stickers. How exciting. Yes or no, depends on what you think. But I will put these on because it just ties into the storyline so well. I do have, like when we were getting Lego sets between like 2018 and 2020, I didn't put on any stickers because I just didn't want them to get messed up. And my kids were a lot smaller then, so just wanted to make sure that the stickers, if they were going to go on, they were going to go on in the right direction and all that. So I do have several sets with no stickers. I don't think I put any of the Ninjago city stickers on the Ninjago module. I think I might have only done a few. Like there's some in there where you can change out the billboards, the advertisements that go along the side and hang off the side of the building. But other than that, did not do the sticker builds. All right, so we got the high voltage wire warnings hanging from the cables here, and a lot of good a warning does once the cables are broken by the T-Rex. So this is like the biggest part of the build, and not the easiest thing to clip on here because these are not like solid plastic. All right, so there's the platform, or the background platform, looking pretty cool. I think the only thing left is the display piece that has the quote from Jeff Goldblum's character. But like I said, how fun. You got T-Rex footprints built into the platform there. So that's kind of cool. Let's see, Liam says, we call it T. I thought it was teal. Remember Airplane? I love that movie. Alexandria. Oh yeah, another classic one. That's just a comedy movie. And Don't Call Me Shirley. So hilarious. Yes. Liam says, I love 80s kids movies. Labyrinth, Dark Crystal. Oh yeah. Did you ever see one was it called Time Travelers? Basically a kid goes back in time and like all the other characters are like dwarves or something. Oh my gosh, just a lot of cool movies back. Goonies being one that's turned into a Lego set. Although that kid movie wasn't so kid friendly with the language in it. Brendan says, I was forced to clip 24 of the 2x1 tile pieces on 24 2x1 brick with studs on one side and put 3 of those put together pieces in a value of 3 and put a 2x1 plate with hangers to go on the next one. I have no idea what you just said there, Brandon, but that sounds complicated. Alexander says, yes, those were epic. Liam says, I have that Jurassic set, but I haven't built it yet. You will, I think you'll like it, Liam. It seemed like the right time to throw this together. You got to do all the traditional themes. I know a lot of people like Star Wars and other famous builds. Did Harry Potter, but you know what? This one, I only have 2 Jurassic Park sets. This one being the major set. And so why not throw this together? A good transition till I don't know what I'll do next. Yes, it is cool. Liam says, can you tell us how you picked the Brick Therapy for a name? Yes, I can. Oh, Willow, that's another good one. Yes, that's another one, Liam. Time Bandits, that's the name. Psh, Time Bandits. Thank you, Brickable World. That one, I think maybe that was... I want to say that one was maybe not an American film, but a British one, but very cool movie nonetheless. Yeah, there were some really good kind of, I don't know what you call those, fantasy, science fiction, but just, yeah, adventure movies, really good ones. And yeah, the Willow movie with Mad Mardigan, good old Val Kilmer in that one. That was a good one. Got it done, says Brennan. Nice. So Brick Therapy. Quite simply, when my kids were younger and when we decided to start the channel, Lego became a major part of our family history because we lived overseas, and Lego was fun, of course, obviously, but for a lot of reasons that people also build Lego today is it's a nice escape. It's a kind of a fun diversion, you know, like reading a book or I don't know, creating, painting or whatever, some creative energy, but it used to just be an easy way to maybe calm down or de-stress or whatever. And so I thought, yeah, building Lego is very therapeutic, and Lego are called Lego bricks. And so put the two together, brick therapy, it just became a great pastime for our family. And since we're living overseas, there's a lot of different experiences that are fun and amazing, and there's a lot of stressors when you live in another country, especially trying to learn another language and get used to life somewhere else and be far away from family. And you know, you don't have the normal, quote unquote, normal experience other people do, where you know you can go see grandparents on a regular basis or cousins or whatever. And so building Lego was our fun pastime, still is. But yeah, when we lived overseas, it was a lot of just doing things on our own, and it was great. My wife and I and our kids, we, you know, we had some friends over there, of course, but yeah, we would go to I mean, we weren't in like a far away developing nation type place. We were in Europe, and so where we live, obviously Lego is just as popular, and it was fun to build Lego over there and find how Lego sets were just, I don't know, advertised, utilized, different ways to get Lego. And they had the Lego store over there, but the Lego stores over there weren't, I guess, 100% part of the Lego group. I guess they're licensed stores, which was kind of interesting. But yeah, so that became one of our family, just part of our everyday life, building Lego. And then we did a Lego club at their school, and it just became so much of them growing up. So yeah, brick therapy. This guy was created where we lived in Spain, and kept them intact. And so now here's our channel symbol and our channel name. Now, when I created that name, obviously, it's something that when you go on YouTube, someone else, you know, when there's hundreds, thousands, millions of other people coming up with similar ideas, I wasn't the only one who came up with that name. So we found some other people who had used that name, and so we put Brick Therapy with the number 23 after it to make it distinct. And so I guess I could change the name and make it even more unique, so I don't think it would be replicated somewhere else or already have the same name. But you know what? It's been several years now, so I'm just gonna keep it, and I think it's okay. We can stay with Brick Therapy. So yeah, there you go, Liam. There's our backstory. In fact, we did a video on the early part of the channel, and about a year and a half ago. It's called Why Are We Here? And so it kind of explained the whole reason for our channel. If you want to check that out, that would be so cool. Got It Done says Brandon. Brickable World says Terry Gilliam films had John Cleese. Yeah, I was gonna say that, Brickable World. I was gonna say that it did seem like a Monty Python film, except for the fact that there were little people in it, if that's the politically correct term. Brickable World says had Michael Palin also. So yeah, it basically had the cast, the main characters from Monty Python. That's so fun. Yes, it is interesting. R&B is here. Welcome back, R&B. Just got the Harry Potter sets on the table. Oh, okay, R&B. So you decided to add this to your collection. Yeah, I think on BrickLink. I don't know why that was hard to remember. BrickLink, they are definitely a good deal. So yeah, those sets are fun to get. Alexandria says, oh, I'm okay. The weather got hit with a blizzard. Yikes. Alexandria definitely in a tougher climate zone than I am out here on the West Coast, that's for sure. Brickable World says, I couldn't find a single other Brickable World. You think it would be used already, but it wasn't. Go figure. Yeah, I wonder. especially when there's so many Lego channels with obviously the word brick in it, that yeah, I was thinking ours would be unique with the therapy part, but nope. Someone else had also utilized it, and so I've seen someone use the word Lego therapy, but yeah, didn't think brick therapy would be one that was used, but it was. So kudos to you, Brickable World. You found a unique one. I was gonna ask Brick Together. I'm not sure if he's here anymore, but yeah, if they came across any duplicates of their channel name, if there's another Brick Together. Since I came across them through our live streams, I never looked up to see if there was another Brick Together, but we know who the real one is, and that's the important part. All right, well, this is interesting. I was just kind of blindly building this thing. I wonder what this, I think the only thing that's left is the Jeep. The instructions just slipped off the table. But yeah, what is that? All right. Thankfully the instructions have become very top heavy. So, oh, this is gonna be the other Jeep. Since it's not the same kind of design, it's gonna be a top turned over Jeep. Maybe that's why this design is here. So yeah, I'm building an upside down vehicle. How fun is that? The last part of the build, an upside down vehicle. Why not? So if you are here, thanks for being here. Finishing the last part of this set, and a couple of you said you have this set. I think Liam said he has this set. 76956, the Jurassic Park T-Rex breakout set, 1,212 pieces. And you know, I've said it a few times now. When did this set get released? I need to look that up because I keep saying when it got retired. I got it at the end of 2023. But when was its original release date? Let's see here. T-Rex breakout. When did this thing get released? I think Lego should say retired product. I know that. I want to say 2019 or maybe 2020. But oh, sometimes the Lego website will say when it is. Okay, let me go back. Bricklink. Bricklink will say, when did this thing get released? Oh, 2022. Okay, so it didn't last that long. I thought it was out longer than that. So it was out about a year and a half. Released, this set was released 2022 as more of a standalone nostalgia set, display set, I think. And then, yeah, it was retired. I think I got this on sale right before Christmas 2023, or right around there. Was like a Black Friday deal at Target, and I was like, that seems like a good deal, less than $100. And don't have any Jurassic Park sets. Really like the old movie, and this build looks pretty sweet. Like the Jeeps, like the T-Rex build. Let me turn this around so it's more visible, and looks cool. So yes, Quantum Bricks. Hey, good evening, everyone. How are we doing? Quantum Bricks. Psh, thank you for being here. Liam says, I'd laugh if someone else was foolish enough to make their channel name Liam Brick the Bed. You know what, Liam? Now that it's out there in the internet, who knows? Maybe 2019 for the T-Rex. Yeah, so 2022. It's like a lot more recent than I thought. I thought it was out longer than that, because the Jurassic Park sets, or the Jurassic Park theme, has been out for a long time, at least 7 years now. And you know, based on the newer films, and so another fun Lego trivia question: how many minifig versions do you find the actor Chris Pratt? Like, how many Lego themes would you find a minifig of Chris Pratt? Obviously Jurassic Park being one of them. So I'm sure you guys know. Quantum Brick says, I would love to branch out from Star Wars to other themes, but my financial advisor, AKA my wife, always says no. Well, you know what? You're gonna have to, if you're gonna stay with Lego Quantum Bricks, I think it'll just be a natural shift to get out of the Star Wars building theme, right? It's just crazy. Those prices are not slowing down. Right, Quantum says, Liam, Star Wars prices are out of control. I know they're doing like another $45 set, which is like another small, like battle pack looking $45 set. And that's just not gonna work. I don't know, maybe Star Wars is, or Lego Star Wars, the Lego Star Wars branch is thinking, well, it seems to be that the people buying Star Wars sets are not Lego kids who are Lego fans, but collectors. So we'll just up the price on all these things, which unfortunately is a bummer because, you know, those kids are the ones that are going to be their future customers and fans. And if you price them out of the market now, they probably won't care about Lego later on. I guess they could always bank on or depend on the fact that some of us got back into Lego as grown-ups, but I don't think I don't think Lego can afford having a fan base become interested and then disinterested for like a 20-year period. Like, you still need to sell sets. So whatever they're thinking. But yeah, those Star Wars prices are crazy. My hope is to basically maybe, I can say it every live stream, but get a UCS set, and then kind of that's it for Star Wars. I just, the UCS sets are so amazing and would love to do one of those builds. I'm not really, now that the Star Wars theme I think is kind of saturated, and all the Disney Plus versions of whatever Star Wars series they've come up with are kind of mid, and not interested in any of those newer ones. Mandalorian was cool for a couple seasons, but you know, you can only be interested in so long. We'll see. I don't know if that movie that came out or will be coming out is going to be interesting enough or not, but we'll see. Will Star Wars be revitalized by that Mandalorian and Grogu movie? The reviewers that do a really good job actually critiquing and criticizing all Disney type shows end up being more interesting to watch than the actual Disney Plus episodes. Actually, that goes for a lot of the stuff now. So we'll see. But yeah, Star Wars as a theme for Lego, it's like they're kind of just pricing out everybody. And you know, if enough people buy the UCS whatever, whether it's the Death Star or that new Star Destroyer one coming out, I don't know. Those are cool sets, but do they sell enough of those to keep the theme going? Because that's like, you get the collectors that buy those, but man, there's not as many collectors as there are kid fans, I think. Let's see. So yeah, branching out seems like a good idea. Branching out seems like a good idea. All right, I've got the upside down Jeep build. Designed more for definitely an escape scene here. Definitely not a working vehicle, although this would be fun. You could probably mod this to be like what's this thing's hiding, like this one, but it's definitely not looking like it's gonna be as fancy a build. Looks like more just like a case. But either way, that looks cool already. I just love that. I'm hiding everybody in the wrong place. Got to put them here in the foreground. But yeah, I like these builds. I like this Jurassic Park build. And there was that other one that came out I mentioned before. There was another T-Rex theme build. It was like the gate to the Jurassic Park. It was a pretty good size set. I think that was actually one of the first Jurassic Park sets I noticed. That was like another, what was that one? The Jurassic Park gate. It was like the T-Rex destroys the something. Which one was that? Let me look it up. Jurassic Park, T-Rex. Was it the River Escape? The big gate, let me see. Oh, Rampage, the T-Rex Rampage. This set also looked really good. And, I guess you get the Laura Dern fig and this one. I think maybe one of you guys told me that in live stream. But yeah, that's like that's a good size T-Rex build right there. That's definitely more intimidating. But yeah, that was the other set I was thinking. That one looked good. And it has like a display, kind of like kind of the dollhouse design on, you know, the one side is the gate, on the back side is like a bunch of scenes, kind of Easter egg type scenes on the other side of the build. But yeah, the T-Rex, the Jurassic Park T-Rex Rampage. That's, I think, basically that's kind of the end of the movie there. That's where everyone finally escapes the island, and then they show the dinosaurs have basically taken over everything. And just to kind of poke fun at the theme itself, the T-Rex is going through the entrance to the amusement park, and the banner of the Jurassic Park is torn off the wall, and the dinosaur is like Godzilla, just basically, yeah, rampaging through what's ever left, and everyone is either wiped out or escaped in the end of the movie. Although I think from that original series of Jurassic Park films, I think there was like, were there 2 other Jurassic Park films after that first one? I want to say there was, but not 100% sure. So yeah, those, if I was to own another Jurassic Park set, it would definitely be that Rampage one. Let's see here. Liam says, wish I got the Jurassic Gate set. Yeah, that was one of those pretty pricey ones. I think that one was like in the $200 to $300 range. I guess now that sounds normal when you can get a modular set for that price, but you can only get, you know, you can only get so many of those. So many $200 sets, even if you are a Lego collector, like obviously I am, you can only get so many of those sets. And you get a UCS set or two, it's like, oh boy, okay. Like you guys said, time to basically zero in on just a few sets a year, or maybe just one set a year, and then, you know, maybe call it a collection. So here's the here is the challenge to me getting a UCS set. Here's the, not the spoiler, but what will become, or what will happen on, so May the 4th obviously is before the release date of the Minas Tirith set, and I'm hoping that Lego will give us a good idea of what the Minas Tirith set looks like before its release date, because that might change the game plan, where, oh, the Minas Tirith set, the Lord of the Rings sets look cool. Star Wars is not a theme I'll probably collect any more of. And if that Minas Tirith set looks anything like those leaked images, which are a little, found some better quality ones, then that might change the game plan, and I'll bail entirely on a UCS set. It would be amazing. It would be fun to have a UCS set, but that Minas Tirith set might change the whole plan. I don't know. R&B says, basically, the brown brick on the mascot is broken. It's been on my mind for a few streams. Oh yeah, that, I put that there purposely though. I put that purposely there, R&B, because it's like, it's a tribute to Lego brown pieces, which are notorious for cracking and breaking, but then also it gives it like a little bit of a part, you know, the part in the hair. So this is my part or curve or whatever. So anyway, I left it there. Plus, it's a brown piece that I can still use in that sense. So yeah, you guys observe a lot of stuff. Hey, John Powell, just talking about all kinds of things that you had given us a backstory on. So, like for example, the T-Rex Rampage set, I said, why didn't they include Laura Dern in this set here? But I think you had mentioned, if you, or maybe it was maybe it was another set, but she is, I think she's in this one, right? She's the middle. She is the, I don't remember her being that blonde, but I guess in this set she has that minifig. And then there, oh yeah, there's the guy, I forget his name, the one who funded the whole project himself. So that one's got some fun minifigs in it. So yeah, the Chris Pratt character was, I was thinking, he's been in Jurassic Park, he's been in, or he is the Lego movie voice for Emmett, and he is Star-Lord, or whatever his name is, from Guardians of the Galaxy. So he's got 3 minifigs going for him in some way, shape, or form. Quantum says, is the set that has the frog in the belly of the T-Rex? Oh, I don't know that one. There were 3 OG Jurassic sets. Oh, okay. So did they all come out together? Because definitely that Rampage set was a lot earlier than this one. So this one we looked up, this came out in 2022. And I don't know about a third one. What's the third one? Is it like another big display piece? Because these OG sets are definitely more of the collector version versus kid play scale type set, which is actually kind of interesting, because then all the regular Jurassic Park sets, it's like all the little battle pack ones, which are cool. I think there's some. Actually, no, there's maybe this is the one you're thinking of. They did that big dinosaur skeleton one. I think that isn't that one also part of the Jurassic Park line. I think that one's actually still. Is that one still out? That one might still be part of. Or actually still out on release, like available to get. But yeah, there is that big dinosaur skeleton one that comes with a lot of, or maybe not. Let me look it up. That one was, how many minifigures did that come on with? Let's see, Lego Jurassic Park giant skeleton one. I don't know how to call it. What's that one called? The dinosaur fossil one. Yeah, 250. Is that one still? That one's pretty impressive. That one, it is a Jurassic Park one. It was those dinosaur fossil T-Rex. That one looks cool. I don't think I'd want a big Lego dinosaur set build, but if you had, you're a science teacher or something, that might be kind of fun to have in your classroom as a display. So yeah, that would be an OG one, I think. John Powell says, you would be surprised how many $200 sets you can get. Exactly, John Powell. Now it's like normalized, which is crazy. R&B says, I got the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World Lego set signed by Chris Pratt and other cast from the film. Lego set 75917, which is nice. Yeah, there's always collectors for those kind of sets. So lots of themes out there. All right, getting close to this part here. Let's see, building an upside down Jeep. Who knew it would require? So I think this set this Jeep, this upside down Jeep, even though it's meant to be like destroyed and wrecked, I think you could mod it enough to make it a functional build, although it doesn't have the hood. I guess all that would be crushed or destroyed, going by what happened to it in the movies and all that. But got some, oh man, these stickers. All right, 2 more stickers. All right, 2 more stickers. I do like the logo on this one with the Ford. It's got the Ford logo on it. It's kind of fun. So obviously some licensing there, some promo items there, which I guess also appear in the movie. Some brand naming. The Ford design there. For the back, I think, fender of this thing. So do that. add these here. And the last sticker. Okay, what is it? It's a small, oh, it must be the license plate. Need to find a yellow plate for this guy. There it is. So, all right, what is this? The last sticker is, I guess you don't really need a license plate if it's your own island, but it does have in the license plate a Jurassic Park number 4 Jeep identifier plate. But yeah, when it's your own island, you know, that's kind of cool. Imagine how much this guy spent building this sucker. There we go. So we got the upside down Jeep kind of beginning part here. And here's the cool part. Get brick therapy out of the way. So looking good. I really, I like that display. That is a cool set, even without the upside down Jeep, which probably fits on that one part here. Let me just show off one more time. So you got, of course, the smaller version of the T-Rex. What I was saying, what a fun idea if you could take out the brown covering plates and, you know, make him Godzilla with green. You've got the Jeep. Very well designed. This is a fun vehicle, no matter whatever, if you're a kid, whatever version of a Lego set you want to use that for. You get the cool printed plate that tells you, although it's backwards on this screen. Boy, do I hate being right all the time. Says Ian, the professor, Jeff Goldblum character, I think. And then you get some of the main characters that survive the actual ordeal. And then a fun part with the platform. This actually looks really cool. It's like a ruined security gate, but it looks cool as a build that way. And then favorite part being the dinosaur footprints left in the mud as the water moves, as he's reapproaching everybody in the scene in the movie there. So good stuff. I'm gonna sign off, guys. Thanks for being here. Good to see Quantum Bricks here, John Powell, R&B, Liam, Brendan, and Alexandria, I think, was here for a little bit. John Powell says they are coming out with 2 dinosaur skeletons this year. Oh, okay, some more stuff. How do you put the stickers on so nicely? Ah, I love that you notice that, R&B. Using the brick separator, very key to all of this. John Powell, supposedly $100 to $200 for the, I guess, those skeleton sets you're referring to. So I will show off the finished set, and now I need a new theme. So I'm gonna have to put up a poll and see new theme. This one's pretty much done. So the upside down Jeep, I'll finish that separately and just put it up here and show the display tomorrow. And then that's not balanced very well, whatever. And then what's the new theme? So thanks everyone for being here. Have a good evening. Roaming Bricks, you just got here. Go figure. Little old Bricks and Roaming Bricks. Good to see you guys. Signing off. Have a good one.